Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awkward Author vlog and podcast. My name is Alyssa Grasso, and this is my weekly little show, weekly diary, where I tell you all about my exciting and awkward author life. So thank you for tuning in, and I can't promise it'll be too exciting because my life is not too exciting. I write books, I do some other stuff, but that's really pretty much it. Now, this past week, has been a little bit more exciting than normal. As I said in last week's episode, my mom was celebrating her 70th birthday last week. Last Friday was officially her birthday. So my sister, my niece, me, my parents, and some family friends, even my mom's second cousin at one point, we all got together and we met up down southeastern Pennsylvania, near Delaware, really, and got together. The girls went to Longwood Garden on Thursday, which was actually the day before my mom's birthday. We went out to dinner a couple of nights and just all hung out together. So it was very fun, but also very exhausting. And so I'm recovering now. We had a great day at Longwood. If you've never been to Longwood Gardens, you should definitely check it out if you are ever near Philadelphia or southeastern Pennsylvania or Delaware. It's definitely worth spending some time there because it's a pretty cool place. And I've been there before, but not since I was a kid. So it was cool to go back there and walk around. We had chilly, somewhat damp day, but it wasn't too bad. And actually, the one nice thing about that was that it was not very crowded. So I wouldn't say we had the place to ourselves, but it was pretty nice. Like, we had no problem, like, anywhere we went. It wasn't like there was crowds of people or anything. So that was pretty cool. We were a little chilly at the end of the day, but it all worked out, I think, and we did have a good time. It's a beautiful place, beautiful grounds. They have a huge, huge conservatory that's just full of all kinds of flowers and plants and other cool stuff, including like a giant pipe organ. So it's a pretty neat place. I think I'll just post a few pictures, insert those into this video to show you, maybe play some pipe organ music while I show them, and then I'll come back to you. So yeah, it was definitely a fun day, a fun few days, getting to see everyone. And I'd never even met my mom's second cousin before, and she was really nice. She bought a copy of my book, which I signed for her, so that was awesome. Thank you, Carol, which is also sort of my mom's name. My mom's name is Carolyn, but a lot of people call her Carol, so there are a couple of Carols. Anyway, it was a great day, great week. It wasn't really a weekend, but a great few days hanging out with everyone. But my problem is that, like, I get exhausted. Like, my parents, I love them, but they are very different than me, and their lifestyle is very different than mine. They're always, like, on the go, always. Like, I'm not exaggerating, I don't think. My sister and I, we write letters back and forth to each other. And one of the things we started doing, I don't know if you remember or have heard of the game, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Well, we play our own version called Where in the World Are Our Parents, because it's hard to keep up with their lifestyle. I mean, it really is. Like, they are hardly ever home, and they just travel all the time, and that's what they love to do. Even when they're home, they're always going out to eat or going to a party or some other, going to a concert, some kind of thing. It's exhausting just like reading their Facebook feeds, really, for me. And anyway, so, to them, they're used to that, like, always being on the go. Like, they flew up from Florida to Philadelphia for our get together. And, to me, that would be just a huge trip. I just had to drive like less than 2 hours to go to this thing. And to me, that was like, a bit exhausting, but for them, it's like no big deal to just, get on a plane and, fly off somewhere. So I don't know. I've spent like the past few days really recovering and getting back to my routine and getting caught up on stuff. And they're, I'm sure, packing for their next trip right now. I don't know. But no, it's, yeah, for me, like, I don't know. It's definitely tough for me to be out of my routine and then have to like, come back and try to like get back into the swing of things and catch up on stuff and everything. So it's more than just the 3 days I'm away. It's like the planning and then the coming back and trying to like catch up on sleep and just, recover. So anyway, I guess I'm fully recovered now and getting kind of back to normal, but I haven't done a lot of work, I guess, over the past week as far as writing goes, as far as book promotion goes. A lot of that stuff just got put on the back burner. I did finish my draft, whatever draft this is, of the book I'm working on, mystery thriller, psychological thriller, whatever you want to call it. Girl Most Likely to Succeed is what I'm calling it right now. Will that change? Possibly. So I am done with that draft. I do have to, I have started to go through and just, edit things. Like this is really just a first round of edits, just to make sure that everything is there and gels with stuff that, maybe I change things later or, I made a lot of changes over the course of the book. I mean, this is not even the first draft because there was an earlier version that was like very different than what I have now. So yeah, so this is really not like fine tuning edit at all. This is just very rough, edit, read through, make sure everything kind of fits, and I'll get more involved in editing as I go forward. So in terms of writing, that's really all I've done. I'm starting to outline something which, what I'm thinking is, because all the books that I have in print, with the exception of my nonfiction book, everything is young adult, and this is an adult mystery thriller, psychological thriller. So I'm really changing genres with this. What I think would be a good idea is to have something like a novella out there, either have it for free or very cheap, for people to buy, that can kind of, generate interest and bring readers to my full-length novel. That's my thinking anyway. And so just started like drafting something, outlining something, and very, very early stages of that. It's an idea I had like a long time ago. Changed it a little, but pretty much the same idea of a story that I had before, and I might have started a draft of it, but not gotten very far, and I like wrote like a chapter or two. So yeah, putting that together in terms of an outline and see if I could do something. I don't know how long it would be. Definitely not a full-length novel because I don't think the story warrants it. It's going to be in that same vein, that psychological thriller kind of vein. Mystery thriller, I a bit of a mystery, but not Agatha Christie or anything. And yeah, so probably at most maybe like 40,000 words, which would be maybe about half the length, I would say, of what you would normally expect from a novel in that genre. So, put that out there and, maybe put it out as a 99 cents or as a freebie or whatever, but I have to actually write it first. So that's the challenge there. And before I can write it, I'm going to outline it. And what I'm thinking with that book is, because I haven't really done this yet, I know I've talked about it, is to use dictation to write that book. We're finally starting to get some spring weather here, which means we can go for a walk and you don't have to put on your hat and your gloves. And as I mentioned, I'm using an iPod Touch for dictation purposes, and well, you could use it with gloves on, they have the smart gloves and all that, but it's like, I don't know. It's just not something I really, in the winter, I don't know. I don't have that patience to deal with it, and the gloves don't work that well when you're trying to use, a phone or iPod or something like that. So weather's warmer. I don't need gloves. I can just walk around with my hands out, and use those to work this iPod Touch. So probably, maybe, hopefully, once I get this outline done, I can start writing this using the iPod Touch while I'm taking my dog for a walk, or walking somewhere in town or something, and I'll be the crazy person that's talking, but it looks like a phone, so it looks like I'm talking on the phone. And I see people talking on the phone all the time. I talk on the phone when I walk, so I just look like I'm someone that's obsessed with talking on my phone. That's all. That's my plan as far as writing goes and working on that. And I don't know what else I'm going to be working on up next. Maybe just that, and getting the editing done on Girl Most Likely to Succeed. I'll see. I haven't really quite figured out a plan and strategy for that right now. The other thing, I guess, that's sort of occupying my time is working on marketing and figuring out marketing and advertising for Unnamed Roads, and for my other books as well. Learning stuff, definitely learning as I go along. I don't know that I have any great life lessons to impart yet, because I really haven't, figured out something that I'm like, okay, that works really well. But playing around with some different things, have Amazon ads going, have played around with a few different BookBub ads. And I'm running another Facebook ad campaign just to see, because I don't want to give up on Facebook entirely, but it's expensive. Like, Facebook ads are pretty pricey compared to the other ad options out there, and I just, at least my last ad campaign, because I used the tracking and stuff, like, it did not deliver. I mean, I got clicks, but no one bought something based on those clicks. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to see how it goes. I will be reporting at least back to you. Let me see. I think it'll be the next video I make. What's today's date? It'll either be next week or the week after, when I give you my income report for the month. I'll tell you how much I spent on ads, and also how much I made from book sales, so that you can have an idea of that. And so that's where I'm at. It'll be some information, I guess, to digest. And that's what I'm really trying to do right now, is to digest the information that I have in front of me. With the Amazon ads, you do get like a lot of information. And so I'm at the stage really where I need to like analyze that and review it and find out what's working. And I kind of have started doing that, but I need to get a little bit more in depth with that. I like I said, I was busy, so back burner, and now that I'm back, and now that I'm getting back into the swing of things, that is definitely something I plan on looking into and looking at more, and the different types of ads, which ads are working, which ads aren't, and the sales they're generating, because that's really the key. Interest is great, clicks are great, but what it all comes down to is actually selling books, and what's working to sell them. So shall be interesting to see going forward how things are looking. And that's really all that's going on in my life, in my awkward author life. Like I said, we've had some nice weather. It's starting to feel a little bit like spring. It's been a long time coming here, and it's still slowly getting warmer. It's not excessively warm. My boyfriend and I hung out this weekend, and there's a park near here where we like to go have like a picnic lunch and take a walk, and we had a picnic lunch there on Saturday, but it was a cold picnic lunch, and we were like, I don't think we're gonna take a walk. Like, we were just like too cold to even we ate our lunch and was like, okay, let's go home. And then his heat wasn't working, but no, that's another story now. And then we did the same thing Sunday. We had a picnic lunch Sunday, which was a little bit warmer, and we took a walk, and it was very nice. So it was I don't want to say a big difference, but it was definitely a difference and an improvement from Saturday. It was really nice here yesterday. Not going to be quite as nice today, but still should be pretty warm. And so it is starting to feel like spring at last. And the rest of the week looks like it's pretty decent. We'll get some rain in there, but that's par for the course. Anyway, so that's life right now in a Alyssa land. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to be, working on something new, outlining something that's always, I feel like an exciting stage of things, and then the real exciting part is when you get to actually write it. And then also exciting to, be further along with Girl Most Likely to Succeed and at a point where it's starting to resemble a finished book. It's still a long way from that, but we're getting there. We're getting closer, guys. And I will keep you posted on all of that stuff. So until next week, hope you're doing well. Hope you are, creating or doing whatever it is you do, and, just enjoying life and everything. And yeah, keep it awkward, guys. I'll see you again next week. Again, my name is Alyssa Grasso. This is the Awkward Author vlog and podcast. If you want to know more about me, sign up to get a free ebook. You can check out my website, alyssagrasso.com. That's ALISSAGROSSO.com. And thank you guys. See you again next week. Stay cool.